What is Chatterbot? A chatbot is a computer program designed to simulate an intelligent conversation with one or more human users via auditory or textual methods. Evolution of Chatterbot. Computers are the collection of databases, artificial intelligence, algorithms, and networking. AI has two more categories: robotics and natural language processing. NLP is the most important part of the chatbot. Traditionally, the aim of such simulation has been to fool the user into thinking that the program's output has been produced by a human. Programs playing this role are sometimes referred to as artificial conversational entities, talkbots, or chatterboxes. What is artificial intelligence? It is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs. It is related to similar tasks of using computers to understand human intelligence, but AI does not have to confine itself to methods that are biologically observable. What is intelligence? Intelligence is the computational part of the ability to achieve goals in the world, wherein kinds and degrees of intelligence occur in people, many animals, and some machines. Introduction to Chatterbot. A chatbot is a program that engages with a conversation with a human by applying some heuristical pattern matching rules to the human's input, and in its online form it also relies on a hidden third person. History of Chatterbot. The first chatbot to ever claim any fame was Elisa. She was built by Joseph Wimber and released to the public in 1966. Elisa played the role of a physiotherapist and would simply rearrange a submitted statement or questions into a new question to ask the person talking to her. Keyword recognition helped to make the conversations more specific. Based on appearances, her keywords filters span a category range as well as positive to negative structures. The methods used give an illusion of perfect understanding in most cases. This is what made Elisa so impressive for her time. She had a role as a therapist, and people sought out her for somebody to confide in. Building a chatbot without a specific role became much more difficult. The English language is so broad that most bot developers will feel too daunted before achieving success with a fully open version. Parry. After Elisa came Parry, designed by Keith Colby in 1971. Parry was intended to reflect the mind of a serious paranoid mental patient, such as he was based on the most primal and deriving of human emotions like fear and anger. I am suggesting that this was accomplished by using a custom designed dictionary database which would apply positive and negative values to certain words or phrases to act as triggers for various emotions. Apparently, Parry was just as successful in playing his role as Elisa was with hers. Professional physiologists were having difficulty discriminating Parry from a real person with the same issues. Of course, you are probably thinking what I am thinking at this point. It would be interesting to see how Parry and Elisa would interact with each other. Creators of chatbots continue to use this approach even now, with a few exceptions. A very simplified and general form of learning is becoming more and more predominant in current bot projects. Basically, bots will collect all of the data from their conversations with people over time and start analyzing input versus output to find what is commonly used and what it isn't. By doing this, even in its most basic form, bot creators can save immense amount of time by simply looking over the findings of the bot and deciding which should be kept and which should be not. The questions and responses that are really picked up are most likely to be garbage and thus ignored or left at the bottom of a stack, while more common phrases and such will be placed at the top to be considered for addition. Jabberwocky. Jabberwocky was built by Rollo Carpenter in 1988 and bought online in 1997. This bot has been constantly updated over the years, but the most interesting aspects of Jabberwocky is that he supposedly learns from conversation. I cannot prove this myself and I remain unsure as to how he was implemented. My personal experience with this one seems almost entirely random. However, Jabberwocky has won the bronze medal in the Lebanon contest a few times, so it might very well be that I have only ever managed to catch him on a bad day. Jabberwocky's website generally shows upwards of 200 to 300 people talking to him at any given time. So, if he is learning from conversation, I can only imagine the wealth of knowledge he must have acquired in all this time. Alice. Alice was invented by Dr. Richard Wallace in 1995 using his very own AI/ML markup language. This bot won the Lebanon bronze medal 3 times and according to the findings on the Chatterbox challenge, she is still a strong competitor. I have spoken to her a few times and she is very impressive. The design of Alice is very similar to Elisa and Perry in the way that it is 100% human edited. Unlike Elisa and Perry, however, Alice is not designed for a specific role. Instead, she was made to reflect a woman in general. This is a really big undertaking when you consider how much work it would have taken to accomplish natural sounding correspondences. Of course, Alice is updated frequently and with her success so predominant among chatterbots, she has inspired many other bot builders to use AI/ML as the source language for their own projects. More recently, however, chatterbot-like methods have been used for practical purposes such as online help, personalized service, or information acquisition, in which case the program is functioning as a type of conventional agent. Technologies and languages. In here, we concern about some programming languages and techniques used for chatterbots. Pattern matching. Pattern matching is used to test whether things have a desired structure. To find relevant structure,